Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we'll be going over the high damage showcase between V2 Sanji versus Judge/Judge 6+. So we're going to see which teams do more damage in the content that we can run right now, and we're going to verse them, and we're going to go over the units specifically, so you know exactly what to expect when going into this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to be going over today is going to be the units we're going to be going over for the shard case, of course, and we're going to be doing Judge and Judge 6+. So if you didn't know the differences between the two, Judge 6+ is Int, whereas Judge 6-star is Psi. Judge is going to max out at 1725 attack, and which is 1925 after max candies. His captain ability is going to boost the appearance of Psi orbs, reduce damage received by 15%, and then boost the HP of all characters by 1.25. Now then it's going to, if you have Strength, Dex, Quick, Psi, and Int on your team, it's then going to boost the attack of all characters by 3.9375 if they have a matching orb, and 2.25 otherwise. I don't really know why they put 3.9375, but 4x would have been much easier, but I guess they wanted that. Who knows? His special ability is going to reduce bind by 7 turns, amplify orb effects by 2 times, and if this character is your captain or friend captain, boost the rate of Psi orbs appearing and shuffle all orbs, including block orbs, randomly. Judge 6+, of course, he's going to be Int, and then we're going to max out at 1760 attack versus the 1725, which is then 1960 versus 1925. Then he's going to have the captain ability is going to increase the rate of Int orbs instead of Psi orbs, have the same 15% damage reduction and HP boost at 1.25. And then if there is a Strength, Dex, Quick, Psi, and Int characters, he's also going to do one additional thing, which is going to change badly matching orbs to be beneficial to all characters. So you cannot get a badly matching orb unless it's a block orb, obviously. So very, very nice to see here. Very cool unit to have in your team. And of course, the only way to get a badly matching orb on the team is a block orb or a negative beneficial orb enable from the enemy. So two different things that are really, really nice. Special ability is going to reduce damage received by 30% and then boost the attack of fighter, driven, and powerhouse characters by 2 times for 1 turn. And then if this character is your captain or friend captain, change all orbs, including block orbs, into Int orbs. Main thing about both of these judges is I actually have to roll Judge with Judge 6+ a lot of the time, so I'm rolling two of them together. I'm doing a hybrid between the two. I'm not actually running 2 Judge 6+s and 2 Judge or 2 Judges, and it becomes kind of annoying to find friend captains. So that a lot of times you don't really see a lot of people using Judge because you do end up needing an orb boost or type boost or something like that, and you need to use both judges, and you can't find a friend captain, so you don't use a team. It's complicated to build a team, etc. So that's why Judge is really kind of an underused legend, because he's so annoying to build teams for. It's not that he's bad, it's just annoying. All right, guys, for the Judge team today, we're going to be running a Judge hybrid team with Judge 6+ and Judge, as I said before, and we're going to be using this with the Legend Nami 6+ version 1 Lucci. I know, right? Then we're going to have Boa Marigold? I think it's Marigold, who's rainbowed and candied, so just know that. And then we're going to have Tesoro, who's also Pentamax as well. So everybody in this team has max limit break and max candy, so you have the highest potential damage on this team here. Now, I don't have Pentamax. Going into the damage here, we're going to see a lot of characters do tons and tons of damage, and one of the things about this team that is a very, very high damage thing is we're going to see a lot of boosts being used in this team. So we have Nami, who's going to give us an 2 times orb boost as well as a 1.75 times color affinity boost, which is not really super needed, but unfortunately I needed a Dex unit, and I didn't really have a Dex unit that brought color affinity to the entire team that I could use here, which is really unfortunate. There's no color affinity unit that's Dex in the entire game that I could use, or a strength color affinity unit that I could use on the stage. The only other color affinity unit that I could use that was strength was Brook, but unfortunately the stage not the late immune, so I can't really use the Brook. So there's not really other replacements that I can use for the Nami or the Lucci, and I was really trying to figure out what the damage potential could be here and like what I could use, but unfortunately, it just is what it is. I had to use this particular team. Nami is not going to receive a type boost from the Judge, which doesn't really matter that much because she's going to be the first hit in the rotation, so that's fine. And every unit on this team is going to get a color affinity boost, a type boost, orb boost, chain lock, all that stuff. So with this, we're also getting the highest chain lock in the game, which is really nice. We're getting a Tesoro chain lock, which is a 3.25 times chain lock. We're then getting 2 times type boost from the Judge, 2 times type boost from the other Judge, orb boost from the other Judge, and then we're getting the 1.75 conditional from the Marigold, and then Lucci is here for orbs. The reason is I actually couldn't find characters but switch between the two for Nami and Lucci to try to get better characters here. And I needed 2 strength units on the team to get maximum damage here. So we're going to be seeing a type advantage on every single unit. And you can see the stage is not delayed. I mean, we're attacking first on Nami and then going to every single other unit in the field. So the team has a very, very high damage potential. And I'm I was very excited when I was doing this. There's a clip on Twitch. I'll link down in the description below. So you can actually see the live clip of me doing it. And it has like music and everything. It's pretty funny. So here we go. Starting with the Nami, we're going to hit first for 1.9 million. The next hit for the Marigold is going to be 12 million. The next hit after that is going to be with Lucci at 14 million. Next hit after that with Tesoro at another 14 million. Then Judge coming in, another 14 million. And finally, the last Judge coming in at another 14 million, bringing us to a total at the 3.25 times chain lock to 70, almost 71 million damage. So a very, very, very high damage team. I was very surprised to see it myself, to see the total damage of this team and clearing this forest with that high damage burst. I was really, really surprised, and actually we're able to complete the forest here. I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead a little bit so you can see that we get boa a little bit lower, and we're able to complete the forest. And the last turn we're getting on the boa here, which is really nice. Actually able to clear the forest with no Dex Orb, and we're able to clear the forest with everything on the team with no specials. So I was really surprised it was just that strong. I was like, all right, cool. Easy life. But definitely one of my favorite teams to run, Judge teams. They're really hard to build for, but super, super cool. All right, guys, now let's go over Sanji. Sanji is going to be a fighter and powerhouse character, and he's going to max out initially at 1775 attack, which gives him 1975 attack after max limit break and candies. His captain ability is if there are 6 fighters in your crew, boost its chain multiplier by 4 times, and if there is a boost the attack of fighter characters by 1.75. It lowers the chance of getting matching orbs proportionally to the crew's current HP. So at higher HP values, you get more matching orbs, and at lower, it's less. I don't know. No one's actually calculated it. It's just the normal rate of matching orbs at higher HP. I don't really know if I haven't really seen any differences in matching orbs on Sanji, to be honest. I haven't used them enough to check, but I haven't really heard anything bad or not bad about this. The main thing with Sanji is that second part doesn't even matter because most of the time you're at full HP anyway, so who knows? His special ability is going to be deal 150 times character's attack damage and side damage to one enemy, and if these above 50% HP at the time the special is activated, boost the attack of fighter characters by 2.25, and if Sanji's your captain or friend captain, reduce the chain multiplier and chain coefficient by 10 turns. The utility part of this is really, really, really strong, and I really like this, and the damage boosting part of this is also very strong. So V2 Sanji, a very strong captain because he counters his counter mechanics. Chain multiplier limit and chain coefficient limit are very, very, very detrimental to him, and the fact that he removes those is really nice. And he also is only conditional based on HP, making it really easy to get that because if you have to just be above 50% HP, which you are like 90% of fights. Between the two, Sanji has a higher damage potential, and the reason that is because he has a chain boosting built-in mechanic. Now, the chain boosting built-in mechanic makes him really, really strong because the way the chain boost mechanic works on him is that his damage is more back-ended, whereas Judge is more static. With Judge, you're going to have damage, which is a chain lock, where you're going to basically going bam, 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 and every hit is about the same amount of damage. With Sanji, the damage is going to increase incrementally over time, and you get more and more damage. The problem, though, is that you can't really use a chain boosting character on a Sanji team, and you definitely cannot use a chain locking character on a Sanji team. The reason you can't really use a chain boosting character is on your first hit, you're basically getting a 5x chain boost. And so initially, you normally would have a 1.3 times chain boost, or a 3 times if you're using a 3 times chain locker, whatever it may be. But if you're only having a 1.3 times chain boost versus a 5 times boost, the way the chain boosting works is that you get a 5 times boost, basically adding the 0.75 to it, giving you a 5.75 boost, versus normally, if you don't have a chain boosting character, it goes from 1 times boost all the way to a 2 times boost, or 2.05 times boost, giving you that nice little jump in damage. Giving that nice little jump in damage from the initial hit. So that's why chain boosting can be seen to give you so much damage. But on Sanji, you're going to see such a minimal increase to your damage, you really don't even need the chain boosting characters along with it. So having a chain booster doesn't really increase the damage potential of your team at all. Because at the end of your chain boost, you're going to be stopping at 25.75 versus stopping at, a 3.25 times 3.25 times 3.25, etc. So for this team here, we're going to be going over the damage that you're going to have for this team. Unfortunately, I didn't pick the best team here because Robin is not the ideal unit. The ideal unit would be Oven, and I didn't realize it till today that there was a better unit instead of Robin. But I recorded this like 2 days ago, so unfortunately, I don't want to do the stage again. But you only don't get too much more damage. I think it's like 600,000, 700,000 more damage, so it's really not that much more damage. So it helps a little, but not enough. Then we're going to get... So Robin is here for the type boost because you can't really use Sanji because Sanji will kill any unit on the stage, which is definitely what you do not want. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's just how the stage works. Going into the damage here, we're going to see that we're going to use Sengoku for an orb booster, Hina for a color affinity booster with a 2x color affinity, which is the highest color affinity boost in the game, Carrot for the conditional with a 1.75 defense down conditional, and then we're not going to be able to use the Sanji boost, unfortunately, just because they kill units on the stage. So going into the damage here, we're going to have very low damage to start with, and then very high damage after that. So starting with the Robin, who does not have an orb as well. I couldn't figure out a way of getting an orbs either on Robin, so that's just unfortunate. It is what it is. But she doesn't hit hard at all. Even with an orb, it would be minimal damage at best. So going into the Robin hit here, we can see we're hitting for about like 60, 65, 42,000 damage right there. So the next hit here is the Sengoku, which would be 650,000 damage, which would be higher if you had the 2x type boost on him, but it would only be 650,000 higher. So we're not talking a ton more. So we're talking a 1.1 million versus 650,000. And the next hit is going to be at 7.8 million with the Hina. Then we're going to hit for the Carrot, which is then 13.7 million. And then we're going to hit with the first Sanji, which is 20 million, bringing us to the 25 times chain boost, which then gives us a 25 million hit on the Sanji, bringing us to a total of 67 million damage on the Sanji team, giving us a very, very high damage team. Unfortunately, not as high as the Judge team. It's about 68 million, so 68.6 million, I think, would be, or 68.5 million would be the total amount of damage if I used the Oven instead of the Robin. Maybe like a little bit more than that, but like not much more. So unfortunately, if I could use the V2 Sanji special, it would blow the Judge out of the water, and we would just see a massive boost here. And I could actually bring a chain boosting character here in to get more damage, and I could bring a tap timing bonus to send character in there, just a little bit more damage on top of that. But there is no stage to do it, unfortunately. So if there is a stage, I just haven't found it yet. So that it is what it is. Let me know if you guys have found a stage where you can use the V2 Sanji special on the boss and then you have enough end hits to get the damage or enough color affinity type boosts to get that. So I haven't found one yet, but let me know if you do find one. So between the two legends, guys, it looks like Judge does come out on top as far as damage goes right now. And of course, Sanji has higher potential damage, and you can see it. You can just feel the damage. But if we could do this, it would be more damage. I can definitely see that. Sanji will definitely outstrip Judge if we do get content to use him in. And if we can actually use his special, throw in a chain booster, throw in a tap timing bonus, whatever we can do in there, just that little extra damage, he will definitely outstrip Judge in damage as far as total damage potential goes. I'm very curious to see how high damage Sanji can actually do on a stage when we're able to use all his stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary as well as all the stuff going on with Judge versus Sanji. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think Judge is stronger as far as this video goes, as far as you think Sanji is stronger. Personally, I think V2 Sanji is the better of the two legends. The reason I think V2 Sanji is the better of the two legends is because his teams are way, way, way easier to build for. You have no idea how much time and effort it takes to build the Judge team if you haven't done it before. Holy crap, it's super annoying. With Sanji, fighter. That's it, just fighter, done. It's super easy. Like Sanji, you need specific units. If you don't have the unit, you don't build a Sanji team. That's all it is to it. And that part's nice. I really like that about Sanji. He's very simple to build for, whereas Judge is very complicated. Sanji, his captain ability sounds complicated, but it's really not. You just hit perfects, and the last hit's monster. That's it. It's really easy. As far as the higher damage goes, Judge obviously wins in this category, but probably not for very long. Probably not for very long. I was very surprised that Judge held up as well as he did versus Sanji. Obviously, you can get a little bit more damage on Sanji if we really tweak around the stuff and maybe get some more candies on the unit team. But at the end of the day, we hit harder. I think the only character on the team that didn't have candies on is Hina. And that would boost Hina's damage by another 1 million, I think, at best. So even with the oven and then the Hina, I think it would boost me all the way up to almost 70 million. But Judge was nearly at 71 million. So the problem there is like the amount of the expenditure that you would have to spend for the Hina candies and the carrot candies and the Sengoku candies and the oven candies on top of that. And if you're using oven instead of Robin, is way more expensive and probably not very likely versus just having the marigold candies on the Judge team. So that's more likely. I mean, more of you could possibly have Barrett Moe and Marigold candied. Like a lot of you probably don't have her candied. You probably have just your Legends candied and you're just working on other Legends. So having Boa Marigold and all the other subs candied, really not as likely. So I'd say overall Sanji is better because you're able to reach such high damage with not having every single unit max candied. So definitely very interesting showcase. I'm hoping we're going to see more damage in the future on future teams, and I really think the Sanji damage potential is higher. But overall, Judge does more damage right now. Sanji's probably did more damage very soon. All right, guys. Well, my name is Sekapoko. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And of course, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.